welcome to Getcha Popcorn Ready podcast. It's your host, Hatch, with my boy.
Yes, sir. T.O. is in the building.
In the building. We are on special location today. Is that what you call a special location? Okay.
Yeah. When it's me, it's always a special location.
Wow. Not funny people, right?
I'm just saying, when it's me, it's always a special location. You know what I mean?
Anyway, but no, we do have a special guest today, and I'm gonna tell you why, because we have 3 names for this special guest. Yes, we do.
First one is Gerard.
No,
settle down, dog.
No, the first one is Takeo. The second one is
Gerard.
And the third one is Spikes, ladies and gentlemen. Takeo Gerard Spikes is in the building. Welcome, my guy.
What's up, Gerard? Yeah.
What's up, brother?
Why
you gotta go there, bro?
Is it gonna bother you? I mean, I talked to your mom, and so that's the only reason I know. You know what I mean? And she said it was okay.
So she said it was okay.
Thank you, Mama Spikes.
There it is.
He don't forget nothing. Nothing. What's happening, man?
What's happening, man? Welcome, man. Appreciate you coming on the show, buddy.
Listen, bro. To be honest with you, like with you, T.O.
Already.
But I just really came for this wine.
I
really came for the vino.
Hey, you can't go wrong with wine and popcorn, dog. You can't go wrong.
Wine and popcorn. We know that's the new thing hitting the streets right now, right? Looking for the little restaurants or shops or something near you. Go have some wine and popcorn shops popping up. But is this your first time having the 81 vino?
It is not.
Okay.
So
I was going to answer for you.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, no, it isn't.
It is not.
Okay.
he wasn't slipping on the pippin on this one.
Okay,
so he got me out some bottles. I supported also.
Already.
And I'm still holding on to the video that I haven't posted. But I'll get to that. I'm drinking the wine.
Okay, you're drinking the wine.
But nah, though. It's legit though, bro. Like,
okay.
He knows that already. But
now, do you drink?
I enjoy it.
Are you a wine
drink
drinker?
Wine.
So
yeah.
you know the difference between good wines and bad wines, all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't.
He don't. He don't know. How do you supposed to hold? You know what? How you supposed to hold a glass?
Like this.
No, that's not like. Wow, okay, stop right there.
I'm talking about with the stem.
With the stem.
I'm talking about the glass with the stem.
No, you can't hold it like that because
What do you mean?
the temperature from your hand changes the glass temperature, and
changes
that changes
the complexity of the wine.
What?
Yes. I'm gonna put you on game, little guy. I got it.
And he got a wine bottle.
He got it.
What are you talking about?
We did that for the audience. You know, see? That's great.
So we like to learn here on Get Your Popcorn Ready podcast. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, he did a wine. Have you did anything in that space, liquor, wine, throughout your career or after your career?
You know what? I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't. Now, I will tell you this. I grew up in a bootlegger house, so I thought, like, maybe should we look at that right there?
Right.
But nah.
No.
Nothing official.
Nothing official.
Legal.
No. Okay.
Right.
Oh, let's go back to your upbringing. Okay. Again, let's go back to when you were starting. I remember you talking about you were like the kind of the short, stocky kid. You weren't the greatest athlete. You were kind of left out when it was come to picking the guys, to play in some backyard football or basketball, right? So of course you played the career in the NFL, but how did it all start? As far as your professional career.
Now, Hatch, I got to go back on you. Now, I wasn't the short, stocky kid that was always left out.
I'm sorry, short, stubby kid. I'm so sorry.
Wow, it gets worse. It gets even worse.
Let me go and do some background checks on you. But nah, bro, it was just growing up in small rural town, in the community like that. We go to the park right in our own little hood, and bro, I used to love to play basketball, but I was short. Right. Like I didn't have a growth spurt until late. And so when I used to play, it was like, man, you got next.
Right.
So it turned into like, every day I used to walk from home, right? I used to be like, all right, fuckers tell me I got next today, I'm swinging on somebody.
Right. Get that respect some way.
You know what I'm saying? So like, that's how it all started. The motivation inside of me, even getting in the sport, even walking down to the same park playing on cement now, asphalt. That's what it was, asphalt.
Yeah, back in the day.
So we playing football, and it was like, that's where I gained all of my confidence, man.
Right,
you know what I mean? Just playing with your peers.
Right. Now, did you have any big brothers during this time, big uncles, whatever, that say, come down here and beat you up a little bit to make you a better player over time?
Nah, it was just like, it was the cats in the hood.
Right.
It was premium gas in the hood. If you come from the hood, everybody know you got the greatest ones never make it.
Yeah, right.
So, that was my lesson. I got two older brothers. We all grew up same household, and a younger sister. So, but out of all of the boys, I'm the only one who played sports. My other brother, he's into music.
So how did that make you feel? I said, like he was alluding to, not being the first one picked. Let's go back to when you was drafted 98, 13th overall with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah.
A lustrous 15-year career. Is that eerily similar to how you felt not getting picked to playing? You're known for playing a number of years without making a playoff game.
Yep.
Which was worse?
The feeling on the court that day, or the playoff not making
not playing.
Not one playoff game?
I seen it for you.
Right. So I mean, that's got to be.
No, that's a good question. I would probably say the feeling of I would say the feeling of not getting the initial acceptance by your peers first.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, like I gotta walk around and live with that the whole time.
Right.
You know, but if you accomplish that, and even now I didn't make it, I'm still part of the 1% now. Don't get it fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How many playoffs games you play in, T?
Oh, I don't know how many playoffs. I don't know how many.
Was it a lot? I might have played more playoff games than both of y'all, actually. Since you have zero.
The only seasons I didn't play in the playoff games was Buffalo and Cincinnati. Those are the only two teams I didn't play.
Very similar to your career when you were in Buffalo and Cincinnati.
Two of the stops, bro. Listen, man, I'm telling you. That was it was a grind. You probably one of the second people that has asked me about it.
Really?
Yeah. And it's good though, because like people ask me all the time, how did you keep going, bro?
Right.
Like that's the most,
because it could be
when people ask me about it,
frustrating.
If you don't know the journey, if you don't even know what it takes to even be part of flirting with the 1%, you ain't gonna be able to relate. You just don't let the media paint whatever they want to paint inside of your head and make them believe. You will believe everything they sell you.
Absolutely.
And so like, I think the thing that I pull out of it, people ask me like, man, like how you feel? It is what it is.
Right.
Of course, I mean, that's why you play the game.
Right.
I wrote it on my goal sheet when I was younger. But I think the most remarkable thing is being able to walk away not only with the relationships, but I didn't realize this until after I retired. 13 out of my 15 years, I was nominated a captain.
Which is
And
way
so, and I played on 5 teams.
Right.
And we all know if you're a locker room lawyer, listen,
Yeah.
I don't care what you telling, they ain't gonna keep you around long.
I don't even think I was ever a captain, to be honest.
I'm guessing you weren't a captain. I'm just
Probably
gonna throw that out there.
Probably
You
not.
know what I'm saying?
But I didn't need to.
But it was understandable.
I didn't need to
I
see
know.
on my
They still
chest.
came to you behind closed doors.
Right, you know what I
Very
mean?
true.
And I
Very
led
true.
by example. I was one of those guys I felt like I would lead by example.
You don't gotta
wasn't-
say nothing.
Right, I wasn't a verbal, I wasn't a vocal, I wasn't your typical leader that would stand up in the locker room and, bark out, things to do here and there. But I just tried to lead by example. Because like I said, that wasn't part of me. It wasn't who I was, wasn't my character. So I just felt like, okay, if I didn't know or didn't have the right words to say, then they would
nothing at
follow
all.
or see what I was doing,
Right.
see what I was doing on the football, on practice, and in game, and how it would translate.
Now you went to Auburn, right? So
Right down the road from me.
Right? Were you a captain at Auburn too?
Yeah, I was a captain at Auburn.
What about in high school?
High school too.
Okay, so you knew that role.
Yeah, like I knew the role, and
You're always a captain, huh? Yeah. Captain Saberho?
well, I don't do that. Definitely don't do that. Believe that.
Why not? Why not, buddy?
Why should I? Listen, man.
That's not a good thing to be a captain for.
Listen,
I'm just messing
I
with
don't
you.
have a problem being upfront at all. Man, don't go out here and get the best of you to everybody else, and then you want me to come over here and take care of you.
Right.
Come on, preach it then.
That's what's up.
I'm real talk now.
Already, that's what we do on
living.
here.
Yeah,
Already.
What up?
Because we talk about that, but again, as athletes, especially like I said, when you're done, everybody has this perception of you. Again, guys and girls, right? But we always have to be on point, right? But the other person who judges never has to be on point. That's the other problem we have, especially in relationships, especially, of course.
Big time
and again,
in relationships.
Business relationships as well as personal relationships. Like that's the thing where why do we always have to be on point? Why do we always have to have this standard, but you guys get to judge and not have this standard set against you?
No energy to make it through the day? Having a hard time putting on muscle? Take it from me, T.O. Your hormones could be the blame. Did you know testosterone levels have decreased substantially over generations? Our fathers' generations had testosterone levels that were 25% higher than ours today. This is not our fault. There are many factors such as environmental changes that are affecting our generation. Today, 30 million men in the U.S. have low testosterone that is affecting their daily lives. Home health can help. Testosterone affects energy levels, muscle mass, focus, and overall mood. Home helps men get testing and treatment for low testosterone from the comfort of home. Hey, I'm not a medical expert, but Home Health is, and they'll be there for you every step of the way. Order Home's easy-to-use at-home assessment test today to learn your testosterone levels. For a limited time only, listeners get the at-home testing and a doctor consultation for only $45. Go to honehealth.com/popcorn to take advantage now. That's Hone, H-O-N-E, health.com/popcorn to get the at-home testing and a doctor consultation for $45.
That's just an issue that I guess I have deeply, and I guess it's coming out right now.
Y'all some faithfuls over here, though, huh? Hey, I like what y'all doing, dog.
We just keep it 100.
Keep it 100. We don't get too deep. We just kind of, on the surface, you know what I'm saying? But no, that's real talk. But anyway, let's go back more to, again, in high school, then the college. What was that transition like when you were playing from the high school to the college after you kind of start getting your confidence up as an athlete?
Because and before you answer, because the fact that you went to Auburn, I'm from Alabama.
Then listen, I'm gonna go ahead and cut you off. He grew up not too far away from Auburn, right? Mm-hmm. But every time you see him, he out here roll tide.
Roll tide.
I just want to throw up when I see that.
Hey man,
I didn't want to denounce like my friendship, bro.
I didn't even know much about Auburn. You know what I mean? I didn't know much about Alabama at all. But then once I started watching, my first glimpse of like real football was the
hot shot.
Oh,
you see that?
Real football.
You see that,
was
man?
Alabama Crimson Tide. I mean, that's what I grew up on.
So you never heard the two words?
They three.
It's two.
It's three.
Okay. I'm about to get put on
share?
game. Yes, please do.
War Eagle.
Okay, I forgot about the F word. My bad.
And he don't. Only thing I ever knew, Gene Stallings.
Hey, I'm just saying, man.
Copeland and Curry.
Bobby Humphrey. All those guys.
yeah.
Townsend, Kevin Lee, the receiver. I
give him credit. I give him
David
credit.
Palmer, shout out.
DP, yeah,
Pop.
that's what I knew. That's what I watched. I mean, honestly, that was like an NFL team for me. Like I never really watched a lot of, professional football growing up. My grandma was strict, but again, I caught a glimpse of. And then going to school during rivalry week, it was Auburn and Alabama walking through the halls. So it was orange and blue, crimson and white. Like, man, it was. So you had to choose one or the other. And I think I was just more partial to the colors. I didn't really like orange and blue. It wasn't anything
I can live
about
with that
it.
better. See, I feel a whole lot better now. Because I knew something had to happen for you to switch over like that. But
you can't deny, like, Bo Jackson.
That was, he's Auburn.
Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson.
Best ever.
Exactly. So, I mean, I
Herschel
watched,
Walker.
Yeah, I mean,
I was a Georgia dude.
Yeah, but I
why
watched
didn't you like
these guys,
Georgia?
you know what I mean? You can't deny, what talent has come out of Auburn. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Including yourself.
Absolutely.
So, but I mean.
Still standing.
Right. And then, so people always ask me, I'm from Alabama and Auburn right up the road. Like, bro, I try to tell you, my grandma was so strict, bro. I didn't know we couldn't do much, couldn't watch much. I didn't know it was closer to me than Tuscaloosa. I thought Tuscaloosa was close. Man, 45 minutes up the road.
For real. And that's the reason why I sit here today, right now. Like, I can't believe, I was like, this guy just He just right up the road.
Right,
And everybody
What is he
Neighbors.
doing, Hodge?
And everybody always asks, how did you not get recruited to like one of these schools? Like, how did they? You just right up under their nose, and you didn't go to either one of them. But I'm honest with people. I was like, yo, I wasn't that good coming out of high school. Realistically, I wasn't good. So I mean, like I said, to watch you guys, that was like playing at Auburn and Alabama, the Power Five schools. That was like watching an NFL team to me.
For real, dog.
So I was yet to feel what it's like, but I've gone to the campuses of Alabama. I've seen the inner workings. I've seen the practices. I've seen the facilities. I've yet to go to Auburn. But tell me, what is it like for a student, go high school and go to an establishment like Auburn University?
Nah, it was actually when I came out of high school, I didn't even know where Auburn was at.
Sound like me, you teach Chattanooga.
Like for real.
Yeah.
I didn't know, and I was like, back then, we didn't have the internet at the time.
No,
Right.
no, we're no
Telling
internet.
my age, but to get there, that was the place to where it felt like home. It felt closer to being like similar to where I grew up in Washington County. But it was like, it was cool, and it was one of them places to where even if you felt intimidated, which a lot of us came from, humble beginnings, like people were there like, man, we just want to help you. Now, whether or not if it was true or not, I think it was.
Yeah.
I will say that I know it was. But it was a place, that's what made it so special, T. It was like you had everybody putting their hands around you, making sure like, we don't give you every opportunity to win.
And to succeed.
To succeed, you know what I mean? So
That's on
like
and
that,
off.
that's why I rock with them, you know what I mean? So that's why I went there in high school, but it was a very good feeling, man.
Now, what year during like your college career did you like, okay, I'm going to take a shot at this NFL thing? Or was that always your goal going into college?
No, it was always my goal.
Really?
No lie, I remember writing down at 13 years old on my goal sheet, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
And so to get out of there in 3 years, leave early as a junior, I didn't even think about leaving early because I think it was to my advantage. I really didn't realize how good I was.
Right.
Because if you let the media tell the story, if nobody really challenged them, you don't believe what they sell you. So for me, it was just like, I remember them putting up, who was it? Andy Katzenmeyer,
Yeah, Ohio State.
State. Just seeing
Other linebackers.
that like over and over again, and they always would go to Penn State schools or Ohio State. You know what I mean? So
Big
I didn't know.
Ten.
I knew I was a baller.
Right.
But you just don't know. And so it didn't happen until we played Georgia, my junior year. And when we played Georgia my junior year, my high school teammate, Robert Edwards, we were drafted the same year together.
Yep.
So we played against him Thursday night. They was like number 2 in the country. And we was like right at like 11 or 12. We went in there, ESPN blew them out.
Okay.
Like gave them the business. I had like double-digit tackles.
I'm about to say 12,
man.
15
like, I'm
tackles.
talking about our stat sheet
Put
stuff.
it on
that
there.
day, bro.
Yeah.
But that's when I knew. After that game, you start seeing publications and it's like, oh,
I'm a
damn,
dude.
That's what they saying? They're like, I ain't gonna even look at it no more. Let me just keep grinding.
Start seeing those
So we got to the
press
SEC championship game. And when we got to the championship game, like, bro, I had one of the best games I ever played. Like 15 tackles, 2 hits on Peyton Manning. I had three caused fumbles.
Okay.
It's
everywhere.
2 were taken back for a touchdown. So like I'm talking about, it was everything. And from that point,
For sure, player.
I knew. I said, yeah.
You had to be.
Yeah, I was player of the game. We lost it by 1 point.
But you
Still was
still
player
play
of
the
the game.
game. That's major.
You know what I'm saying?
That lets you know right there.
You was
When you
balling.
lose,
When the losing team gets player of the game, that you
Yeah.
oh man, that's crazy.
So
bro.
it sounds like your high was like, your junior year, going to get drafted, you kind of figuring out who you are as a football player. Was it a letdown when you went to the Bengals and because of who the Bengals were at the time? Or you like, I'm in the NFL, I don't really care where I go?
Or were you really aware at that time? Because there are some guys that are aware of their talents and they're aware of obviously where they may get drafted to. Just say an example of like Eli Manning. You know, he was drafted or going to San Diego, but he
said no.
balked that trade. I mean, balked that draft.
He did. He
Yeah, he
balked
did.
it, right?
What?
Him and Potts and everybody.
When that year? No, who was? That was 2000. Go ahead.
Yeah, shout out to the Mannings though. Like, I really appreciate that one. But I was aware, bro. I remember. Listen now, I tell you, let me take you back to draft day. Keep me on point now. Keep me on pace. But draft day, I knew I was going first round. I was in San Francisco at the Planet Hollywood, and flew all my family out
Now, why San Francisco?
because I trained out there. I
Okay.
had my agent.
Okay.
My agent was out there.
Okay.
So
You know, when you're first round, you get
Yeah, you
travel.
do all that. I didn't know all
But
that.
I'm
I
here
didn't know
to
they
tell
did
you all
that.
about it then.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because
Hey, bro, I was thinking I had an opportunity to go as early as 6 to Chicago, but nothing later than 12, which was the Atlanta Falcons.
ooh, you would have been right at the crib.
Bruh, I remember like the 9th pick, the Falcons called, and they were like, "Hey, would you want to be a Falcons?"
Right.
Hell, do I?
Absolutely.
So I'm like, yeah. Bro, I remember, man, the 12th pick of the 98 NFL draft, the Atlanta Falcons select linebacker. I'm standing
All
up.
right.
Keith Brookins.
Brookins, yeah. Georgia Tech, right?
Hold on, who is this? Oh, bruh.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
man.
as soon as I got filled with so much disgust because they just called,
Right.
the phone rung. Dick LeBeau. How about it, young fella? Would you want to be a Bengals player? Like, damn right, coach. But I was aware I was coming into a situation to where it was like it was bad. Like I'm talking about the culture was bad.
Right.
But, you know, I just felt like I was gonna change that. And that was always
That
my mentality.
That
Like
mentality.
it was a dog mentality. And if you couldn't do that, if you didn't think or at least train or tried the same way that I did, we won't be talking.
Right.
That's
know,
how,
get 'em out the
and
locker
that's the
room.
mentality I had. Once I grasped, really kind of like, and became who I became, like really my skill set that I knew I could be a game changer, a playmaker. When I went from team to team, that mentality he just described. That's how I felt. I felt like wherever I could go or wherever I went, I would be able to change the offensive mindset and just the production from that standpoint of based on what I could do.
Yeah. I mean, it's you get on the train and get ran over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So I want to go back to you, born in Georgia. You end up going to Auburn, but just as I was describing earlier, I was raised in Alabama, didn't go to Auburn or Alabama. How did you not go to Georgia Tech, Georgia Bulldog? How did you just slip from under their noses?
So,
And would you have considered going to one of those schools?
I didn't want to go because at that time Ray Goff had just got fired. No, he was there when I was coming out. So I just felt like with Georgia, they just kind of they felt like I should have came. Like you
Really?
supposed to be here.
Really?
And I was like, man, you don't know me, G.
But I see you in that
Like,
red and black, though. Oh, man.
Listen, I love the Georgia Bulldogs. I'll be the first one to tell you. I watch their games right after Auburn. I do.
Really?
Because I grew up less than maybe an hour away from it.
Right. But usually that's how it is. Like kids don't want to go too far away from home, especially like an institution like Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia Bulldog. And then you got Georgia Tech. Obviously, they had some okay
playing
years
at
known.
that.
They were
They was
mostly
playing well
known for,
back then.
known for basketball, but still Georgia Tech, soon they'll get back on track. But Georgia's always been
Georgia.
Georgia. They've always been in the top 10, seemed like every year.
I committed to Florida State.
Right.
So when I committed to Florida State, I went to Auburn. I had the best time at Florida State too. Like I felt like I got baptized.
So
down there.
you committed, then decommitted?
I did. And it hurt me too,
I
bro.
always wondered by guys that really do that. They commit, then they decommit.
Well,
That means you have commitment issues? Does that translate?
Well, it could, because last time I checked,
So now, again, talking about after football,
You make me
life,
sick,
all
dog.
that stuff.
I
Get
agree.
my popcorn.
Yeah, get your
What
go
we
get your
talking
popcorn
about?
ready.
Yeah, man, it's me
You know
and
what
you,
I'm saying?
dog.
Tell us about what's going on in the Bay. NBC, you're shooting that every
No,
weekend.
man, it's us right here,
49,
dog.
you know, 49
it's us,
Network,
dog.
all that stuff.
No,
You can't be a hater all his life. Don't worry about that.
No,
right
it's me
there.
and you, dog.
Don't worry about that right there.
So
boy.
you got your NBA in 2016. University of Miami, right?
Yep, University of
And
Miami.
what?
Went back to the U,
And what?
in business.
Okay, so
In business.
with that being said, you and your friend Tua,
Yep,
establishing behind the Mask podcast.
there it is, baby.
And I know
Here we go.
you're
Behind the map, BTM.
Yeah.
And if I'm just guessing. Obviously, you did a lot. You outside of football, went into some photography,
Yeah.
and from an imagery standpoint, did that put Behind the Mask into where you are now? Did that give you the vision? Because I'm just looking, like I said, because I get really deep sometimes and I see things, and I'm looking at you from behind the camera. You looking, taking pictures of the subject.
Yeah.
Is that what gave you the idea of doing Behind the Mask?
I actually had Behind the Mask. I had it before. I had the idea, I had the concept of it
Right.
before I went to business school.
Just hadn't executed it. yet.
Yeah, I didn't throw the execution in. I had just started it.
Okay.
And so as I was going through business school, I was like, oh shit, I'm on to something. Like it totally changed my life, dog. I'll be completely honest with you.
Wow.
Because you said something earlier, and I give you a lot of credit for it because you very astute.
Okay.
He's aware now.
Oh, you heard that right?
When people, you know what I'm saying? So like, and this going back to his playing days.
He's a werewolf. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. You know what I
Wow.
mean? So like, I was aware. I was aware of what it could be. And so by me going to business school, that really helped me, you know, come up with a business plan as far as how to
things in
execute,
action.
you know, put together the game plan and then go out and play it and see what happens. And you know, that's what happened. It started off with the photography. When I retired, I was like, man, I want to write a book about myself. And then I was like, you know what? Well, to make it more interesting, let me bring some other Hall of Fame caliber linebackers in the book too. And I want to share their story of how did they become great? What made them an outlier? Did it for 2 years, came out with the book. That's when I went back in for business school. I went to business school. And then that's when it really helped me shape out like, all right, I'm gonna turn this into a volume. So it's gonna be a BTM volume 2, running backs, and just kind of go through the whole line. And then the pandemic happened.
Oh, so you haven't done the BTM?
Haven't finished the
cedar version.
I couldn't because I was in the process of producing it. And you know, people like, man, don't be calling me.
Can't come see me.
You
Right.
think I'm trying to see you right now?
Right. I
You
heard
know
you
what I'm saying?
coughing 2 days ago.
Yeah, I was just like, nah, I'm just calling, just keeping the relationship
Right,
going,
right,
you know, just letting you know.
Keeping
It's
things
bigger than
afloat.
that. And so that's how all of this really got started, man, with BTM coming out of that business school. And now we got the podcast. We just did our 100th show. We
There you
had
go.
Brian Dawkins.
Congratulations on 100.
Yeah, had Brian
Already, that's
Dawkins.
awesome,
Let
man.
our
This
viewers
man
let them-
blessed us with the beginning of season 3.
Yes, sir.
Really appreciate that.
No, absolutely. Man, you
Yeah,
know me
always been
anytime,
down,
man.
bro.
Yeah, boy, when you talk about 10 toes down, bro. Lived in Atlanta, out there in Lithonia. I mean, the parties were galore.
Parties were
Man,
outstanding.
this is when Hot
Man.
Atlanta
What was one that you remember? What's one party I remember?
This was one when Hot Atlanta. This is when
Was
Hot
Hot
Atlanta
Atlanta.
was Hot Atlanta.
Yeah.
I mean, when they had all the strip clubs were popping.
All of them.
Strokers, Gentleman Club, every Pink Pony,
Niggas.
all of them.
Everything.
Everything was popping. When I tell you, hey, woo, but
What was one that stands out? Give me one.
me,
Give me
I mean,
one.
because I hosted some of the parties.
Give me one.
And my
Give me one
party
that
was
stood out.
to the point to where they had to it got to the point that I had to shuttle people in. They parked at the grocery store like maybe a few blocks away, shuttle people in. I mean, we had everybody there from Jermaine Dupri, Jagged Edge. I mean,
Jagged
Ed-
Nelly.
Nelly,
Everybody.
dude,
Right.
everybody has been there. But I run into people till today, like they'll run into me. They came to the party, and I don't
know
even
they
know.
was
They're
there,
like,
yeah.
dude, man, your parties were they were legendary.
Yeah.
my parties
Angie
were
Price.
legendary before I was legendary.
Yeah. Angie Price.
Ninja
Man,
Price.
everybody.
That's
I
right.
think
You remember?
white
You remember the
chocolate-
parties?
Yeah, I was there.
I'm just saying. What do you remember about the party?
Oh, it was the who's who.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about a wide spectrum of whether or not
Yeah, not just
Hollywood.
athletes. Right.
athletes,
Right,
musicians.
musicians. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was everything.
Kelly
right.
Price lived in the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said Angie Price.
Yeah, I didn't know who he
you
was
meant
talking
Angela-
about.
Yeah,
You
I
mean
saw you
Kelly
didn't give me something. I was like, I know I that
Angie Price. We want to give you a shout out to Angie Price.
Yeah. Way to save me. Way to save me, dog. Way to save me.
Kelly Price. Man, Kelly Price. And then it was rumored for a long time because I think we were looking at the same property, Montel Jordan. He was rumored to have been living in our neighborhood. I mean, still today, people are like, oh, yeah, you lived in the neighborhood with Montel Jordan. No, I think we were both looking at the same
Right.
same lot at that time, but I ended up building over there. But man, when like you said, honestly, bro,
His backyard was so dope. Like he created a beach volleyball.
little sandy beach area.
You got like the pool, every like. It really was some Scarface type of stuff. Like for real. It was Black Hollywood, dog.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Before
And I enjoyed
Black
every
Hollywood.
minute of it.
Good. As well you should.
Yeah.
everybody, bro.
That's
Everybody was there. I mean, and for me, that's how I like to entertain, and what I try to explain to people, especially, and this was usually done right before the season, and this was right when I was starting to transition in to my workouts and things of that nature. And I even had some parties, after April, once I started my workout, but that's where that discipline came into play. I bought the alcohol, I bought the food, everything, but I didn't drink.
yeah.
I had everything right down the road from Popeyes. I catered food in, everything. If it was bad, fried or whatever, after April, which is when I started my workouts, if anything happened after that, that's when everything kicked into gear. I didn't drink no sodas. I didn't drink no alcohol, none of that. No fried foods, nothing.
Yeah.
That was part of my discipline. And I even, like I said, going to all the clubs, Visions, Club Autos. I mean,
Autos.
man, what?
You lit up when he said autos. What you remember about autos?
Man, was it 112?
Yeah, it was
Was it
112?
112.
112.
Man,
Play
these were
12.
all the hot spots in Atlanta, bro. And I'm telling you,
Well,
I used to go out, be out late. People used to trip out, and some remember. You get hungry in the club toward the end
Waffle
of the night.
House. At the Waffle House.
I would, they had the wings, whether they
Oh,
were fried or barbecue wings, whether they would bring them to the table. I'm over there eating a salad.
Yeah. There you go.
And he dead ass for real. Let me tell you about this time when he came to the house though. I remember like I had everything covered. I'm talking about everything. Like that's part of being the host.
All right.
They was just like, hey man, we frying fish, man. We having a good time. T.O. said he don't eat nothing fried. I said, okay. Well, so we gotta go to the store and get some. I'm like, God damn, T.O. don't.
Eat something in
And
here.
I'm like, dog. I remember coming out, I was like, bro, you really don't? He was like, dog, just my regimen, dog. He getting all defensive a little bit. He was like, just, hey man, that's just how I stay focused. That's what I do. So I'm just like, I'm just asking, bro. All right, go get this shit. Go get what he want.
Right.
Let's talk about your 15 years in the league.
Oh my goodness.
What was it like? Was there a hit on somebody that you made, or was it a QB? What hit
Moment.
that you enjoyed the most?
I
And you only had one season where you didn't record 70 or more tackles in a season.
Tackle machine.
Boy,
that's when I got hurt.
That's remarkable.
Damn.
What's that one hit?
'Cause that's
though,
equivalent
that
to
you
me.
remember.
Right, that's equivalent to somebody asking me like, what's my best touchdown or whatever the case may be.
I would say like the best moment going back to 2003 when I got tagged by the Cincinnati Bengals.
Franchise tagged.
Yeah, and then I got out of it and went to Buffalo.
Buffalo.
So the first game of the year, we playing the Patriots. And
Oh, no, so you hit Tom Brady.
oh, dog, picked him off 2 times.
Ooh, okay.
Got him too, dog. Like we ran amok on him. That's when Malloy got traded like on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
We picked him
Early.
up on Friday and he
Early.
started on Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Told
had-
y'all the whole
You
offense.
had the answers to the test.
Had all the
Hey.
answers.
Boy, you had the answers
Don't
to
get
the
mad
test.
at me for retaining it.
Right.
Because you got to do it when you out there, and we did it. But
So, do you think you would have been able to have that performance without Lawyer coming over there?
oh yeah, because all of that was just straight instincts.
Oh, okay.
What I just felt it, you know. Yeah, I gotta say this too though. We beat them 31-0.
Okay.
Man, them fuckers came back and beat us the last game of the year.
To go to the
31-0.
playoffs.
Oh, get back.
And to go to the playoffs, and guess what happened when they got in there? They won it.
You already know what happened when they got in there.
So you talking about it was sweet bitter.
What year was this?
03?
03?
That was 04. That was when we played in the Super Bowl, Jacksonville.
Yep.
There
And
it
we
is.
lost.
Yep.
That was that
And
year.
they finished it off. versus
Got another
y'all.
thing in common.
We went.
All this
Hold on.
losing y'all
Hold on,
doing
hold on,
together.
no, we went.
You didn't win it. You the same as me. You ain't got no ring.
Right. No, I got a ring.
You got an ear ring.
No, I
That's
got a
about
ring.
all you got. You got
First of all,
an ear ring.
I got, first of all,
That's all you got.
I got a ring now.
What's the real ring you got?
I got a second place ring.
There ain't no second place.
No, we got one. I ended up giving it away. But it was honestly, that sucker looked just as big as the Super Bowl ring.
I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
like Ricky
I
Bobby
was
said.
pissed. I was pissed
You
off, so
ain't
I
first.
gave it up for auction.
You last.
That was when they didn't bring me back and all this other stuff. And we ended up
yeah,
getting
so
a ring. But I got that Hall of Fame ring though. So don't.
I got
try
a Hall
me.
of Fame ring too,
Don't try
high
me
school
out.
and college.
No, I don't believe it.
And imagine, so when you left Philly and you went to Dallas,
Oh,
now looking back on it now, where do you wish you could have ended your career?
Out of all of them, or
Out
just
of all
those
of
two.
honestly, I mean,
I would imagine the only two who really kind of
You put the 49ers
well, you got the
in there?
49ers too though.
Yeah.
but I didn't feel like I really played my best football when I was in San Fran. I was
Getting to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
He was limited.
and I felt like the coach was kind of playing favoritism. I honestly felt like they didn't want me to shine there. It was all about the quarterback. It wasn't like I was bringing a lot to the table. I was making up for a lot of deficiencies, you know what I mean, at that position. Bro, I ran every route in the route tree. I started to really show people that I could take the top off. I was taking what they were known for in the West Coast offense, taking the short pass, taking the distance. I was running slants, curls, everything. And I just didn't feel like they valued, what I was bringing to the table. And then when I went to Philly, people really got to see a glimpse of my speed because now I got a quarterback that's prototypical to sit back there in the pocket and throw 60, 70 yards. You know what I mean? And then I was doing the ancillary things. I mean, just what I did all through my first 8 years in San Fran.
Yeah.
Anything over the middle, short pass. Like, Coach Andy Reid is like the best coach that I ever had because he recognized the skill set that I had. So he put me in every viable situation to succeed and win and get my hands on the ball. Bro, I'm talking about every situation. And when I went over there, bro, it was like, it was destined for us to go to the Super Bowl.
So you wish you would have been in Philly, you think, longer?
I wish I could have, honestly, I wish I could have played more
In Philly.
in Philly. But like I said, I ended up signing an extension after playing 3 years in Dallas, and then that got shut short. I still don't know why.
And you
I
never will.
can speculate all day, but I still don't know why. Bro, I played 3 years, the 06 to 09. Signed an extension after the season. And bro, 2 to 3 months later, Jerry comes to Florida and say we got to part ways.
Which one you think, which 5 teams you wish you would have stayed longer with out of your teams?
You played on 5 teams?
5. Yeah.
You're a cancer. You're a cancer to a locker room.
I guess
You're
I was a
terrible.
All the same ones. 49ers,
You're terrible.
Eagles, Buffalo, Cincinnati. You all
Yeah,
played
we
at
got
the
3 teams.
4
San
teams.
Fran, Buffalo, Cincy.
Eagles.
Everybody
And the
except
Eagles.
for
4 teams.
Dallas.
Yep.
That's
Damn.
funny.
You
Both.
cancer you?
We just missed each other every time.
Oh, it would have been epic if we would have been on the same team at the same
Man, I
time.
was crazy.
Which one you think though? Like as a player, they
That
say,
was a good one.
not as a doesn't have to win the Super Bowl, but just as a player.
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
I mean, all right, it's my story, so I can tell it like I want to.
Absolutely.
So Buffalo from a football perspective, but like big picture perspective, San Francisco.
Absolutely. You in the Bay.
You know what I mean? Like
Google is just about to pop off. I mean,
it's like for me just to play 3 years in San Fran, like I loved it.
But it was a different 3 years at the end of his career
Oh,
than
for
it
sure.
was
Absolutely.
my first
Yeah.
8 years.
absolutely.
I wish I could have played, went back and gone and played. I'm still feeling a certain kind of way. Just the fact that they let Randy, we didn't even give me a tryout. And I played there for 8 years. They didn't give me no workout, no nothing. And then they signed Randy. Nothing against Randy, but I'm just saying it's
Yeah.
I'm like,
No,
that's my home. That's where I was raised there.
But
Remember
They
that-
knew you was gonna have the microphone too much.
but
That's what it
do
was.
you even know?
But
do
you-
you
but
even
you-
know why though?
I don't know why, but you think
So-
about a lot of these other players, they're afforded the opportunity when it's an opportunity to go back to where they
But
started.
that's not back. No, they have an opportunity to go back home. That's not your home.
That is kind of like my home. Yeah,
They're
the Bay
saying-
knows me. That's like home to me.
Yeah.
Because people always say like, dude, you're always gonna be known as a 49er.
Well, that's one person telling you that.
No, it's not
the
just
general
one.
manager tell you. I mean,
Oh, the
no,
general-
I know what
I
you're
got you.
saying.
Yeah,
Like,
gotcha.
yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But if that one person doesn't think that they want to bring you back home because
No,
it's not
yeah,
your home.
it was different management
Yeah,
at that time
absolutely.
too. So I'm really, I honestly, I was a little, I felt a certain way, man, because I feel like, man, I always wanted to go back. You know what I mean? In the back of my mind, I'm like, yo, would I ever have an opportunity to go back and play, where I started? Unfold, bro.
So before you get up out of here, we just want to give you again, appreciate you coming on.
Yeah,
Appreciate you
man.
taking the time.
Yeah.
I know that we talked about it a couple of times. The hall is still in your mirror.
Yep.
Is trying to get to. How do you feel about that? You feeling anxious about it? You feel like it doesn't matter if you get to the NFL Hall of Fame, or you just like, if it happens, it happens.
Nah, I ain't gonna say if it happens, it happens.
Right? How do you feel
Bro,
about
this
it?
goes back to 13 years old when I wrote it on my vision board.
Yep.
But obviously I want to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you look at the body of work, the consistency of playing 15 years, I went on IR 2 times. But just really missing one season of extensive time and just productive everywhere where I went. Just measure the impact.
The numbers, yeah. Numbers
Yeah,
don't
the
lie.
impact.
Yeah, like I said, the body of work.
The body of
speaks
work.
for itself. I
Like,
mean,
when
I was in the same boat, same
Yeah.
situation.
So you take it and you measure it up like
Right.
it's there. Like it ain't even, it's there.
Right.
So, obviously you worry about, well, you at least want to have some rings.
Don't
Or
matter.
you want to at least say you had an opportunity to play for it. I didn't have it. But I only worry about what I can control.
what you
bro.
did, right?
You know what I'm saying? And like if you take time to even look at it for 1 minute, you'll be like,
Who's
damn,
in the hall
how
that's
this guy is still standing.
Right, but who's in the hall that you would say that's, for you to get in or you'd expect to get in that's, comparable to your career?
I think a good comp.
And that's not saying, anything about that person, but you're, like you said, you're measuring.
No, I think
using
it's-
them as a measuring stick.
Yeah, no,
for-
I think it's it's way worthwhile. Obviously, I came up with the book Behind the Mask. And so I had an opportunity just to look at, I picked a linebacker out of every decade from the 50s all the way up into modern day. So I seen all of them.
Seen it, studied it.
Yeah,
Touched
so
it,
like
felt it.
for me, man, I think a good comp when you look at it, who I hear a lot of people are starting to push now is linebacker out of Miami,
Zach Thomas.
Zach Thomas.
Okay.
So like
Is Teddy Bruschi in the Hall of Fame?
Teddy,
No,
he's
no,
not. No.
Is he eligible?
I
at
think
some point?
he's eligible now.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
been
Yeah.
done for a while.
Yeah, I went in with obviously Urlacher.
Yep.
I'm just saying obviously Ray Lewis.
They'll lack. Oh, you talking about guys who are already in? Mm-hmm. Oh, to me, I think.
I'm meaning guys that
Guys
are
who
like
are
that are in there that you feel comfortable to where
Man,
you're
I
like,
need
okay.
to look at the list, but I could tell you, but like, you know, to me, I think when you talk about Ray Lewis' body of work, when I played the game, you all chased. That's
Right.
what you chased. Because he was the pinnacle.
Right. That's how Jerry Rice was. You know what I mean?
Similar to, I remember hearing the story you told about that. So I could truly say from a number standpoint, an impact of what it was from looking at it without knowing numbers, I would probably say Ray is probably the greatest inside linebacker that played the game.
Well, let's take it from straight there. Give us your top 5. Obviously, Ray's going to be one, right? So give us your top 5. Give us 4 of the linebackers that's in your top 5 for best linebackers. It could be outside or inside guys too.
I think you got to have Ray go to outside. This guy changed the game. LT, Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor, absolutely. That's 2. There's now no order, you know.
Yeah. But I look at, you know who I even look at the impact of Bobby Bell.
Wow.
Kansas City outside linebacker.
Yeah.
He was one of the first ones who was
definitely
athletic enough to where
be
you could play in
on the
both
edge,
areas.
yeah.
Play on the edges.
You've lost me.
You know, I think Willie Lanier, first black linebacker inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Sorry, guys.
Like one of the greatest inside linebackers that played the game. And I was fortunate enough, you know, to meet him in high school was Derrick Brooks.
Ooh. Yeah.
Animal.
Yeah.
You know, so
like Kansas City.
he
number 58.
took me out on my college visit.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying?
Derrick
So
Brooks, Tampa Bay.
Oh, Derrick, I'm thinking
Derrick Thomas.
Derrick Thomas.
yeah, Derrick Brooks. I said Derrick Brooks, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Oh,
you're thinking DT.
I'm thinking.
I mean,
Derrick
but then on
Thomas.
the outside, Derrick Thomas. You know what I mean? So
Man, I'm thinking. D.
like,
Brooks,
bro,
yeah.
like when it's so hard, but like when you talk about comps though, like for me, myself, I look at London Fletcher, you know, Zach, even going through like Lance Briggs, you look at Urlacher, like bro, like we all had great runs. And to sit down, when I sit down and I look at those numbers, I exhale and just be like, God.
Yeah, we did have some great runs, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
That was some heat.
We, all of us is.
You French now?
We.
He said we. I'm talking to we.
There we go again, right?
Yeah, no,
Man, I'm just
we
saying.
all going. We all going again.